Alright guys, last bad ending, or the official bad ending, however you want to look at it. Chapter 4, low romance, high corruption, and with that, we will make Heisuke endure this one last time. Not even words of consolation could save him now, and I bit my tongue to spare him the pity. I uttered a silent prayer, hoping that Heisuke would come out of this episode alive. Saliva frothed from his mouth, producing an incoherent babble as he cried out in misery. God! Ah! Ah! His shrieks were harsh, like a wild boar catching the scent of its slaughtered kin. Heisuke! He furiously scratched at his chest, breaking into the skin and releasing an ooze of blood that seeped underneath his dirty fingernails. Oh no! Blood! Blood! Damn it! No! I can't! I can't drink it! He dug his teeth into his lip, again drawing blood. I grew horrified in watching Heisuke literally tear himself apart, wondering how much more he'd take. His limit was undoubtedly fast approaching. Please, Heisuke, make it through this. If only I'd given you blood! These thoughts circled like clockwork in my mind as I searched for any distraction to comfort myself. You know, you could make a move anytime, girl. Feeling better? After all that, are you really gonna kiss this girl still? Let me just check. Okay, so we have to pick the same option from the unrequited love ending, so we've done that before. Okay. Poor boy. He has had probably the worst reaction to the whole, bloodlust thing. Like, he's literally tearing himself apart. That poor boy. Ugh. Hi, Sanon. Is it now? Is it later? Okay, so you're still gonna fight him right now. Sen's causing a ruckus again. Okay. Kiku still comes to get us. Alright. So, is Cosmo still here? Yep. Definitely still here. So it's gonna be in this room again. So what's gonna go down differently this time around? I assume I'll stick around this time and not be told to go outside. Alright, Cosmo still stepped in and saved Heisuke there. Alright, Sen's doing the same thing as last time. Alright, did Kiku not stop me from going up to her right away? Sen, are you okay? Huh? Sen suddenly looked up, stopping herself from lapping at the blood splattered on her palms. Princess, it's me! Do you recognize me? Kiku? Chizuru? Her pupils undilated, regaining some sense of self. This blood! It seemed Kimigiku and I got through to her. Or maybe somehow, Cosmo's blood worked to counteract the effects of the water of life. Sen no longer had a deranged look on her face, and she touched her cheeks in surprise.
That's right. He forced me into drinking his blood. Ugh! Sen, hang in there. Ugh! Her eyes flickered between sanity and insanity, as if she was fighting an internal battle to regain control of her body. Which meant that it wasn't over yet, that Sen hadn't completely exorcised the evil festering inside of her. Through ragged, pained breaths, she spoke, albeit somehow retaining her air of refinement. Kiku, no, Kimigiku. As the princess of Yasei Village, I command you this instant. Princess? Kimigiku hurriedly straightened her back like a well-trained dog beckoning to its master. However, Sen's order caught me by surprise, and I cupped my mouth in horror. Please, take my life while you still have the option. What? What are you saying? Sen? Clear as day. I mean exactly what I say. The Fury Blood has ensnared me, dominating my every waking move. As a demon, I have failed. At this rate, I am nothing more than a threat to each of you. But just look at you. You're speaking to us normally. Everything will be okay. Sweat glistened on Sen's face, and she eked a smile out of pity. I've done and convinced you, haven't I? The struggle in Sen's face was palpable, and it took every bit of strength she had to suppress the murderous instincts bubbling underneath. She reached her hand into her pocket, pulling from it a ceremonial dagger that she handed to Kimigiku. I apologize for burdening you with such a heavy task, Kiku. Kimigiku's eyelashes fluttered as she held the dagger loosely in her hand. No need. The apology should come from me. There are no words to properly express my grief. I have failed to keep you safe, and now I must take your life. Forgive me, Princess. It won't be long until I join you in the next life. Sorry. Sen slowly lowered her arms, trembling nervously at her side. She took a deep breath in anticipation. I can only restrain myself for a second longer. Please do it! Wait, Kimigiku! Sen is still... Kiku, hurry! Sen's expression dropped suddenly, her eyes shining widely with madness. Re-up! Let me taste you! Hey, how'd you get that back? Sen attempted to pry the dagger from Kimigiku's hands when... Those glows. A splatter of blood splashed upwards, forming into the shape of petal blossoms cascading in midair. Huh? Rather than Kimigiku or myself, it was Sen who seemed the most confused. Huh? What? What's happening to me? She swung the dagger around hysterically. No! No! Another splash of crimson-colored blood petals danced above us before spilling onto the floor. No! Stop! This... No! I don't want this! Her body and mind were at odds with one another, her mind attempting to reclaim itself while her body thrashed about with the dagger in hand. Kiku! Chizuru! Tears streamed down her face, but her lips formed into a sadistic grin. I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry! She She apologized profusely, though she continued to stab us with wild abandon, pushing and pulling the dagger into our flesh uncontrollably. Chizuru and Kimigiku are taking this very well. Like, they've just been silent throughout all of this. Soon the grueling pain of the dagger went numb, and I almost pitied Sen, reaching to touch her cheeks. Sorry, Chizuru. I'm sorry too, Sen. I just have no control of myself. You couldn't kill me in time. Forgive me for not killing you fast enough. These were my last moments, it seemed. Oh my god. After a while, I went completely numb. My vision grew hazy, only making out her teardrops falling into the pool of blood spurting from my chest. If only there was a way to save her. Really? Was the fight with Sanan that interesting, Heisuke and Kazuma? Was it that interesting? Sheesh. Let it end. Let me die, please. Oh my god. That was the worst. Ugh. How could we still be conscious after all of that? Good grief. Stop drawing it out. Sen? Sheesh. Guess there's no mercy kills when you're a Fury. Yike. Alright. Well, that was the bad ending. So, after giving it a lot of thought, I think Heisuke is going to be just below Hajime for me. I really loved his route. It was really cute and sweet, and I love these two goobers together. And I had some great moments and epilogue and stuff. I think the only thing that kind of bothered me is that there'd been a big deal about fathers with Chizuru and Heisuke, but aside from her thinking of her dad very briefly at the beginning of this game, we don't think about dad ever again. Like, dad's not mentioned, Heisuke doesn't bring up his dad or Chizuru's dad, and so I'm kind of, I don't know, disappointed, I guess, that thread was dropped, because it was such a big deal in the first part of the game. It's like, I know you'll find your dad someday. All that was needed, really, is just for her to think, it's funny how I ended up here looking for my dad, and even though I haven't found him, I'm leaving, you know, with Heisuke. Maybe I'll never find my dad, but that's okay, because I have Heisuke, and he'll support me, and maybe I will find him one day, or something. I don't know. I'm wording it absolutely terribly, but I hope you get the gist of what I'm trying to say. I think that's the only reason why his route's a little bit less than Hajime's for me, because dad wasn't involved, and that was such a big motivating factor for Chizuru. She didn't get any closure with that. But otherwise, I loved it. Kudos! Big kudos to Heisuke for not going crazy with bloodlust. Didn't happen to him. He gets to go on the same level as Toshi, which is amazing. Well done, Heisuke. Bravo. And I don't think he died except for his unrequited love ending. So, man, what an amazing dude. Yeah. But I loved his route so much, and he's, like, just under Hajime for me. Just because of that. But that's just me. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed all of this. Thank you very much for joining me. Whoops. This is going to the opening. We don't need to play that again. I've been blathering too much, apparently. Okay. So we're done with Heisuke's route. Which means it's time to go back to England Exchange. And this is terrible because guess who's next? Brandon. I don't even know how that's gonna go. Let's find out, shall we? Hopefully I'll see you over there, guys. Thanks again for joining me. Until then, I will see you later.